very, very honored to have been joined by the Registrar General herself, Mrs. Jemima Owari. We also have with us Dr. John Kwache from the IEA. He's a senior economist there. And of course, our good friend Nana Osebunso of the Private Enterprises Federation. It's time for us to discuss profits and progress. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So since this program began, we've started by looking at, of course, how important it is for us to make progress whilst we're making profits. And we've looked at the e-payment of taxes, the ITAPS system. We went through that for about 2 weeks. It's now time for us to talk about the strides that have been chalked in the area of registering your business. And this is very, very important. I was looking at our ease of doing business ranking. So yes, we improved marginally. We are now 110. And now 108. We were 110 for 2 years. We've now gone to 108. Our last score was 84.29. It's from the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business report. But there's still so much that must be done. There's so much that has been done by the Registrar General's Department. We'll be going into all of that today. Then Nana Osebunso, of course, as he always does, would be here to tell us how the business community is reacting to it, what it's left to be done, what the expectation is. Dr. John Kwache of the IEA, of course, will be giving us an analysis of where we've been, how come we are here now, and what is left to be done, because we've sort of tested the system out, haven't we? Extensive work on that. Please send in your messages on 0244 340 437 0302216541. We'll be opening the phone lines. But the Total AFCON is on, and EcoBank and Visa are giving you loads of excitement this season. Win an all-expense-paid trip to Cairo to watch the game, or give your son or daughter a lifetime opportunity to escort sporting heroes to the pitch. Get your card game on by using your EcoBank Visa card to make payments on POS terminals and online every time, and win. Up your game on payments by using your EcoBank Visa prepaid debit or credit card and stand a chance to go to Egypt. Be among the thousands of participants who walk away with free DSTV installations, Visa prepaid cards loaded with cash, premium Visa souvenirs, data, and more. Go on and use your Visa cards to pay for your shopping, fuel, dining, saloon visits, and more. Pay securely with your EcoBank Visa card on POS terminals and online. Game on this Total AFCON season, brought to you by Visa in partnership with EcoBank, supported by DSTV and the Gaming Commission of Ghana. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Now, Telecel offers the fastest internet experience on 4G in the country, with coverage in Accra, Tema, Hokoho, Koforidua, Takrade, and Gatanga. For the youth, Telecel has Telecel Wave bundles designed to cater for youth lifestyle, starting from as low as 2 cedis 50 pesos. We also have 4G internet service to meet business, home, and on-the-go needs. This is 4G data not only on your phone and handheld devices, but also extended for use in offices and homes. Call Telecel on 0303 975 342 or 344. Send us an email on inquiry@telecel4g.com. Telecel, just a touch. Text messages are brought to you by Afrodan, your back must last you a lifetime, and Glyco Critical Illness Plan VSIP. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'll begin with you, Nana Osebunso. So when we talk about business registration for the SME out there, the small businessman out there who has not done it yet, how key is it in your life cycle as a businessman?
You see, in this economic environment, we have the majority of our businesses, the MSMEs, in the informal sector. The formal private sector is 6.8. The public sector is 6.2. So you have 86% plus that are unregistered. And if you're going to capture revenues and others, you need everybody to come on board. And this is part of an ongoing exercise to create a better enabling environment for businesses to perform. Normally, we go by the World Bank ranking of ease of doing business. By the end of the day, are the people and the businesses within the community who must be encouraged to formalize their businesses. So business registration is a key. And how do we get that done? The concerns and challenges and the shortcomings are the Registrar General's lack of resources, lack of permanent employees, and others have contributed to this. And so, what we're doing with the support from the Department for International Development of the UK government to try and reform some of these institutions. This time around, the bigger picture of the Business Enablement Program is there, but we tease out 4: the Registrar Generals, the GRA, that they do with the taxes, and also the automated process at the ports, and then the judiciary, the commercial courts. So those are the areas that we're stressing and emphasizing on the reforms that are in place, and how we can speed up and also get the public and the private businesses out there to push for better reforms, to make sure that before the program ends, we have automated programs all around to reduce the interface of people, because that is one of the essence of that leads to corruption in other ways. So this is how we're doing, and this is what we're doing now. Luckily, we're working with the Registrar Generals to see their challenges. It's not always, I think we look at the shortcomings of the public sector, but they also have challenges. How do they get the resources? How do they get the human resource and the financial resources to do what they need to do? So at least in the presence of the Registrar General herself, I can speak for her. You hear from them. So the essence is, we need reforms. We need the businesses and the public to make sure that the reforms are in place and are speeding to the point where we will sit in the confines of our homes and offices and be able to register our businesses.
Yes, but I'm sure we'll hear something about how we only got about 16% of the IGF released to of the IGD's IGF, and
Okay.
17 million cedis allocation for 2019. I was very surprised to hear that. But before I come to Ms. Oware herself, Dr. Kwakye, what's the expected outcome of an efficient system at the RGDs? What's it on a broad scale? How is it going to benefit us?
Well, as Mr. Nana has said, business registration, that's where you start your business, So you must make sure that the systems there work, very well. But we have seen that in the case of Ghana, we have serious lapses, when it comes to registering, serious obstacles. And that is why our ranking is 108 out of 190 countries. In fact, even our comparators like Senegal, they are ahead of us. So the problems in place are really the fact that people spend too much time. They say too much time, and then there's a cost. Of course you have to pay some, and then the number of procedures that you have to go through, and all that. So all these years, I think reform started from 2011, and what is being done is to try and put in a system that will eliminate some of these inconveniences and get registrations done within a short period of time, and then also at a least cost. So these reforms have started from as far back as 2011, and Madam is here, but we have chalked them a number of milestones. Okay. But we are not exactly where we want to be, yet. There are still issues with all that. We've been trying to do is trying to automate the system, such that you remove the interface, the human interface, and so on. But there are still challenges, prevailing challenges that we'll have the opportunity to speak about.
Yes, and we'll be excited to hear that from you. But Mrs. Oware, how has the implementation of these reforms been in the Registrar General's Department since about 2011? What will be your broad overview of that?
Well, thank you for this opportunity. On a broad scale, I think we've come quite far, considering the fact that when I entered the department in 1996, everything was manual. And by manual, I mean it used to take us as long as 2 weeks to search for just a business name. But now at the touch of a button, since the automation started in 2011, electronically at the touch of a button, within seconds, you're able to get whatever information you need. We are not there yet because we still have the manual process going on alongside the automated process. We would prefer that everybody registers their businesses online and cut out the manual process. But we have to realize that all of our clients are not that savvy with IT. So what we are doing is, first of all, we have an online process in place. It's not perfect. It has challenges. When it gets to the payment platform, we're working hard on that. But once that is done, and also we improve the whole experience on the portal where you can register online from beginning to end, get your certificates printed without walking into my offices. That is currently in place, except that most people, I've not done much sensitization on that, I believe. But if people could just try the process, go sit at home and do not come to my office and come and meet with anybody in my office or anybody hanging around my office who promise to help you and take monies off you. But sit in your homes yourself and try the process. Register as an account user and use our link is www.eregistrarservices.com. Go on there. We have a new account now, the Ghana Online Portal Access. It's called the GOPA. Once you go onto it, you create a user account. It gives you access to all our services, and you can even register on this portal and get the unique tax identification number without walking into our offices to get that number. Point is, we haven't said much about it because I said we are still going through the process of making it better. But at least let's start from there. Let people go there, try it. When you get challenges, we're always ready to assist, to move you on.
But Dr. Kwakye, we have already found some of those challenges, some of those generic challenges with the system, haven't we?
Oh, yes, certainly. Our own research revealed a number of challenges. Madam has mentioned some of them. Our understanding is that GCNet, which has the contract, for the automation, as a whole, the contracts sort of come to an end, and then there's a need to hand over, either to a new company, and then we are also so that is pending. The handover from GCNet, to the new company is pending. Even if there's a handover, we are told that RGD staff are not in a position to take over because they are not sufficiently trained. Those who were trained in the past, have been transferred, out of the system. There is the system of producing, certificates, is still not that user friendly and not that interactive. Then the online and manual filling systems still coexist, as Madam has said. So we've not been able to eliminate the manual, processes yet. The payment system also, there are delays when you are trying to effect payment through the e-payment system. And then it looks like the public, the business have not been sufficiently educated or sensitized, about the system. So that is something that RGD will have to, take it up. Maybe our view is that the GCNet contract may have to be extended. I think that is probably being for a year or so. I think that's something that's being considered.
May have to look at.
Exactly.
Mr. Wari, are you considering that extending the GCNet contract?
It would be prudent to do that, because from that extension, then the current IT staff that I have will be adequately trained to be able to handle the system when it's handed over. It's important that it's done. It's not our fault. We have most of our staff seconded from other ministries, department, and agencies. So for IT staff, they are seconded from the head of civil service. They are not really my staff. So at any point in time, they are just sent away. But with the passage of the company's bill, we are now going to have an financially autonomous office where the staff will be permanent, will not be transferred as and when the head of civil service wants to transfer them, because that's the process that happens. I believe with that, then we can properly train the IT staff, if it's even within a year, to work side by side with the GCNet staff, so that when they hand it over, we can conveniently handle it, improve it, innovate around it, make sure that we improve the online experience for our various customers. So I would propose, I would be very happy if that is done.
Okay, but this is not a decision that can be taken unilaterally by the RGD.
Yes.
So what steps have you taken in that direction?
We are on course. We are in talks with the Ministry of Finance, and what needs to be done will be done.
Okay. So has the Ministry of Finance given you any indication that they will be in support of that idea?
I think they would be. Looking at it, we can't just leave things as they are now. We need our software to work with, and the staff that are currently in place, the IT staff, will need that training. So there would be the need to that extension a bit just to get that process out of the way.
So what's the current status? Are we able to use the software?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's functioning very well. We can use, just that we are not handling it. It's still being handled that is maintenance-wise by GCNet.
Okay. It's 20 minutes past 9 here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We're in the studio with Dr. John Kwachi of the IEA. Mrs. Jemima Oware, she's the Registrar General. Nanose Bonsu is with the Private Enterprises Federation. We are talking about the new way of registering your business.
See, this is not a peace song, it's a love song.
Now, I must say that the portal has improved the registration process. That's what the IEA's info has found. Public usage of the portal for online registration as a percentage of total registrations increased from 25% in September 2017 to 34% in March 2018 ending. Apparently, it takes 4 days for a business to be registered aside the AMA registration. I'd like you to text in if you have registered your business and let me know how long it took for you. I have a close friend who recently did his, so I've asked him to send me how long it took for him. 0244340437. You are the best test of any system that we have. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, the Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. With over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort, working has never had is this good. So go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel the chair. You'll be amazed. Call us on 0302 663 085. Now, do not wait until it's too late when you're caught with debilitating illness. Get the Glyco Critical Illness Plan GSIP for financial support when diagnosed with these illnesses such as cancers, strokes, kidney failures, and others. Speak to Glyco Life today for your GSIP policy on 020-2222-113 or dial Star Glyco on your Star phone app available on Android and iOS. Glyco Life, we cushion you for life. Kingdom Books and Stationery now offers a 30-day credits facility with no interest charge. We deliver free within Accra, Tema, and surrounding towns. So call us on 0302-764-101 or 762-307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one-stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. I want to give Nanose Bonsu a quick word on if he's satisfied with the progress of work so far. I mean, on the user end, are you satisfied with the work that has been done?
Not at all, because most of our people have complaints about the rigidity of the system and sometimes inability to complete the registration. But as I said earlier, the bigger picture is how government revenues can be captured. And if you don't register these businesses, they don't pay their taxes. And through the registration process, you get a TIN, and using the TIN to even file your tax returns and all that. Because now Ghana Beyond 80, and our revenue base is about 13.1 compared to our peers of 18 and 19 and others. And unless we get these revenues up through this registration process, streamlining efficient application through GRA filing taxes through Registrar Generals, these are things that need to be done. And I know they're making the efforts, but I think the duty bearers who have the responsibility to sign the contracts and make sure that everything is in place to assist the businesses, and as Mrs. Oware indicated that in the with the passage of the Companies Act, now they have 2 years within which to complete to become an autonomous institution with permanent staffing and be able to put everything in place. We will want to speed it up to a year or less, not wait for the 2 years. So these are things that need to be done. And as I said, for the bigger picture, not only just to register business, but to make sure that everything works for the private sector, because the private sector is investing their own funding to do business, make money, and pay government. So if you don't attract and entice them to do the compliance activities, they wouldn't do it. And so the difficulties that they encounter registering makes it very difficult for them to be in compliance, because okay, how many businesses are informal? I just gave you the numbers, 86%.
Exactly.
What's the reason? Because I don't want to waste my time going to register general. If you visited her at the office, it's like a marketplace. Everybody's shouting, everybody's moving different ways. That I don't even know how you identify the stalls, who does what, and it's difficult. So we have to find ways to make sure that we streamline these activities.
Ms. Owari, do you have a response for this?
Honestly, okay, of course, with the improvement of the online process, I believe lots of people will not be flooding to my place to come and register their businesses. So there is definitely a need to improve what we currently have. I can see, for instance, that renewing a business is becoming an issue. I can see from the message.
Yes, Marcosby Anthony has this one.
Because, as I told you, I'm not in control of the system. It's being managed by GCNet. They are aware that there's a need to improve that particular part of the system. And so when that is done, I believe next year we're not going to have people flooding our offices just to renew a business. So it's work in progress. It's being worked on. So,
but
please,
GCNet is working for you.
Yeah, so I'm apologizing for the stress that my clients are going through just to renew a business or file their returns online. GCNet is aware of it, and they are working on it. So please, just give us, within the year, that problem will be solved.
Okay.
So I agree that, lots of people come there because they are not using the online system. They prefer to walk to my offices to come and register the business. If the online system was up to speed and people don't have the challenge of paying and getting everything as it is, as it should be, they would not come. But somehow they still want to walk through the sun and the heat and come there and come and pay and give somebody money to process this thing. If they just sit at home, try it, and let's see how it goes. I believe lesser people will come into the offices to register.
Let me add on this, because the people are used to manual system. Unless we do a lot of advertising, encouragement, and sensitization, people will normally want to go and do it themselves. You see, we are people who want to touch and feel before we do anything else. So moving from that to a paperless kind of automated thing needs a lot of education and advertising sensitization for our businesses to take advantage of. That definitely needs to be done once the system is in place.
It's true.
Yes,
it's true.
It should. Yes.
How much does it cost to come on there? Enjoy. Yeah.
Oh, sales will give you.
So just look at that. The sensitization, the bill, and my revenue is just 17%, 16% of what I generate. So I need monies to do this kind of sensitization as well. Once I get those kind of resources, I believe there'll be more sensitization done, not only on air, on TV, all the media networks, and get people to use the system.
But this is a vehicle that runs on its own outside of your budget, isn't it?
It's part of my budget.
The GCNet contract.
Oh, it's outside. Yeah, it's outside.
Exactly.
My budget,
So can't it be a part of that vehicle? The advertising of it.
From their end,
the sensitization of the public, it could be a part of that project, couldn't it?
Well, I think that contract was signed already.
But
going forward, this is what we have been emphasizing, because for the private sector, this is user fees, fees for the service. So if the service is not coming and we paying the fees, then that means we're paying taxes. It's not user fees now, because the money is flowing straight into consolidated fund instead of giving it to the duty bearer or the administration, supervisory administration to use it for the services. So we want to make sure that what we pay for is what we get, and that you don't go pay for manual services and then, wait for months or wait for days. Now, definitely there's a tremendous improvement, but it can be done and should be done.
Of course. Prince from Kumasi sends a message. He says, "Good morning, Daniel. How much is the cost of registering a new company?" We'll note that for Mrs. Owari to answer for you. Okay, you're sending me a lot of ones. It's not less than 10 days in my experience. The IGD really needs a radical reform. In fact, you cannot register a business without human intervention. From Yawin Accra. The staff at RGD also need training too. You sent that one in. Thank you very much, Yao. 0244340437. That's the WhatsApp line. Okay, you're sending pictures. Please text us so that we can understand what you're talking about. Marcosby Anthony is the one who asked the question that was addressed earlier. Mine is not registration but renewal. Daniel, almost everyone has to go to the Registrar General's office yearly to do this exercise. Can't they decentralize it to make it more easy or easier? Marcosby Anthony with that one. That's all right. Mr. Osei-Bonsu wanted to find out if you can speed up the 2-year deadline for autonomy so that we can better answer these issues.
I guess we can. It's all a matter of how fast we can get the bill assented to. It's just been passed, mind you. It needs to be assented, gazetted, and then we'll start the operationalization of it. And I know that the World Bank is in there to support us to operationalize the Companies Act, yes. And so I said the deadline is 2 years, but definitely before 2 years, I believe that we will have things in place. We need to get...
Okay, so let's say period of time after it's assented, so that it comes into your... So after it's assented, how long should we give you?
If we're talking of 1 year, we need to get a board in place. Mm-hmm. We need to make sure that we even reform we have to reform even the software. Because, for instance, in the bill, there's no more a need for you to have a certificate to commence business. You don't need that. You don't need a commissioner of oath anymore. You don't need regulations anymore. It's been simplified. Mm-hmm. So those are things that the World Bank is very interested in. You don't need the minimum equity anymore. You need an equity, but that minimum equity that was supposed to be provided, it's no more there. You need to give us just the principal activity where you're working. You don't need to give us a long list of objects that we currently have. Basically, the processes have been, changed immensely. So we have to consider, working on the software again. And look at where I am. The software is my main issue. I don't have a contract yet for an extension. So when that extension comes, that has to be worked at. Now the staff, they have to decide. Those who want to stay with us, you have to sign contracts with them. You possibly might need land out of where we currently are and start building a new office for the new office of the Registrar of Companies. So you have to look at assets, transfer and all that. That's what I'm saying. It's not that just simple.
I think
the training, especially training.
Which is the question that was raised by
training of the IT staff, training of the staff. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And so I believe that we will work at it, but they've just given us 2 years. We can make it 1 year. It's all a matter of resources. Do I have the resources to do that?
We want to encourage that you get the resources, but I want us to start from now, looking that we're going to recruit, looking at that we need to train. So at least we don't wait till it's assented before we do. But as Mrs. Owari is indicating, she's challenged by the constraints of resources. And that resource should be made available now that we have the bill passed. We know it's coming, and definitely we have to be preparing. We shouldn't wait till it's assented before we start preparing. And that's where I'm coming from.
Of course, it's very important, Nana Osei-Bonsu, that you make that point. It's 28 minutes to the top of the hour. You're listening to Profits and Progress live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Our guest in studio, Mrs. Jemima Owari, the Registrar General, Nana Osei-Bonsu. He is the head of the Private Enterprises Federation, and Dr. John Kwachi is a senior economist at the Institute for Economic Affairs, IEA. We'll just say hi to our sponsors for just a few minutes. When we come back, we'll continue perusing this system even more, particularly some other challenges that Mrs. Owari has been facing in her line of work. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
What can 20 Ghana cedis buy you?
Airtime.
Taxi.
Kenkey Ultra Trophy.
Hot Kenkey and Domino's.
Oh, ice cream dripping down your hands on a hot sunny afternoon.
You think it, and that's exactly what we'll give you when you buy the Roverman Productions Early Bird Ticket. From the stables of Unclable White comes the play I Want Your Wife. From now till 16th June, you can buy early bird tickets at 60 Ghana cedis, saving you a whopping 20 Ghana cedis for that Kenkey or ice cream. And tickets are available at Joy FM, selected Shell shops, and our regular outlet. WhatsApp us on 050-554-6030 for delivery. This production is sponsored by Bond Savings and Loans, Old Mutual Life Assurance Company Limited, and Crush Fruit Juice.
Note: early bird tickets are valid for 5th and 7th July.
Media partners: Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy News, Joy Prime, and Adum TV. Buy your tickets now.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor crack.
Charlie, you be right too. We they use raised access floors from Interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floors. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables we in my computer room for office. Accountant, call Interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
Jerry would answer that question now. Do you have any answers for Bernard?
Yeah, the patent, the registration of industrial property rights is not on the portal. You have to go to our offices. They've now moved out of the RGD. That's where we currently at Tema Station.
Okay.
They are now in the building of the Ministry of Business Development. That's next to the Ghana Bar Association. They are on the first floor. So you find our industrial property office there, and when you go, this information want to be given to you.
Okay. So Bernard Oyibi, I hope that helps you. If you have any more questions, just send them in on 0244340437. We are discussing particularly the reforms in the business registration sector now. Ms. Owari, Nana also wants to raise the point about the floor plan of your offices, and when I have been to the Registrar General's Department office, I needed to get some. I need to conduct a search on a company, and
it was crazy.
Yeah, because when you get there in the first place, you don't know what to do. That's the first thing.
You get scared.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, when you enter a bank, there are signs, so you know that if you want this, go there. But I mean, there are lots of questions.
Honestly, we've come so far. We didn't even have signs initially.
No, I was describing the bank that had signs, but in the RGD. There are signs, but I mean, even finding them,
there are signs now.
No, I saw signs,
but the people who block the signs, you wouldn't be able to see it.
There are signs, and in fact, there are signs now. It shows you where you should go towards the bank or are
they hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
Because I can't see. They see them when you went there.
No, there's signs, but there's so many people. They block your view. You don't even know where to turn.
So the problem is with the space. You know, when you enter,
yes,
the space between the door and the first.
No, from the gate to the door.
It can be crazy. Okay, but so what are the plans for your floor space? Because it's very. I know that this is an E system, but your floor space really needs a lot of work. This is all right.
First of all, we didn't even have a front office before. When I entered the department, we used to have offices where we currently have our front office now. We brought all our services to the front end, and we've created different cages for different services. We have an electronic queue management system in place now. We have an on-site bank. We have a client service space. We have help desks. So I can understand the confusion when you come with all those people. But clearly, if most of them sat at home to try and use our services online, there will be fewer people to meet when you come.
But is that being encouraged? Because I remember when the banks were radically trying, and I know that banks have a different standard and all of that, but it's something to aspire to, which is why I use that example. When they were doing this radical rollout of the ATM system, you go there, you want to do an over-the-counter withdrawal, they'll tell you, do you have an ATM? If you don't, go and get it now before I do this one for you. Are we aggressively directing people to do things like that?
That's what I said. This is the next stage I have to do when I'm sure that it's very, very friendly for the customers. I don't want to make too much noise on it, and then you might go there and you might get disappointed. But I said, start the process. I'm also working on the challenges that I know are there. And I believe that before the end of the year, you have a better system than we currently have. When that works, I believe most people will not bother to come into our offices because you get all your services online, wherever you are.
I was talking with Della earlier, who was telling me off air that the problem with Ghana's traffic is that we have to drive and get things. If you can just work from home, I think that was Dr. Kwashi agrees with that.
Yeah, I do.
Someone wants to know how to unregister a business and how to file an annual report if he doesn't live in Accra or close to any regional or district office. So we'll add that to the costs question, and we'll take care of that in our last 5 minutes before we go.
Okay.
But keep those questions coming on 0244340437.
This is not a peace song.
Here are some top tips to help you protect your MTN mobile money from today. Mobile money has today become the best way to make payments in Ghana. To keep all your transactions safe and secure, always ensure that you only approve transactions you initiated yourself. MTN or any MTN employee will never initiate any transaction on your behalf or call you to take you through a transaction process on your mobile money wallet. Always verify your transaction messages and check your balance before taking any action. Remember, not to share your mobile money PIN under any circumstance. It's your secret. When in doubt, call 100 or visit any MTN service center for assistance. You can also report fraudulent activity on mobile money via email to mmfraud.gh@mtn.com or send text to 1515. That's all from us at MTN. Hashtag we day for you, MTN everywhere you go. Are you looking for a quality undergraduate or postgraduate British degree but have reservations about leaving the country? Look no further. Avoid the hassle of spending money on a visa, travel expenses, and leaving your family or job, and apply to Lancaster University Ghana for their October intake. To find out more about studying in a highly ranked British university right at your doorsteps, come by our office located in East Legon near ANC Square, or call us on 0302 747 700 or 020 960 of the online. Okay, you did the same with passports. The online portal for the RGD. So just search for a company registration on the RGD website. The search result does not give enough information about a registered company. For instance, when their registration will expire and are they legitimate to conduct business in Ghana, etc. And he has attached a picture of it. Okay, he was looking for a certain company here in Ghana. All right, so I guess he wants to see more information on the online portal. That's feedback we can give GCNet. Ken Adligon says, hi SMS team, can you do a search online or you have to go to the RGD office? Can you do a search online?
Can do a search online. There are 3 levels of searches. I think he just did the first level search, which just gives the name of the company. It should possibly give him a status as well, whether it's in good standing or it's not in good standing. But if you want more information as to who the directors are, who the shareholders are, you need to pay a little money. It's just 25 Ghana cedis. So such a person will have to register as a portal user. And once you're a portal, you have access to all our services online.
And you can make this payments via
online.
Mobile money?
Yes, mobile money or Visa or MasterCard.
Okay. And it's immediate. As soon as you pay, you can get the information?
That is, electronically you get the information we have in the system as to who the directors of the company are, who the shareholders are, the objects of the company. Yeah.
So if I may ask, how does it work? Is it that when I pay, I get a code that I use to go back online? Or when I pay, how does it work?
The point, you have to first register as a portal
user.
Account user, yes. And once you get that pass, it gives you a URL, which you link, you log on. Then it opens up all our services to you. That's what I mean. Then you can go for the business name search. And once you go there, it gives you the profile, the kind of information you want, after you've paid that little 25 Ghana cedis.
All right. I hope that answers your question. Jonathan from Dansuman wants to find out if the online system can allow him to change his business name. He registered as a sole proprietor in 2011. Before I come to your answer, the phone lines are open on 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437, 0244-340-437. Can he change his name?
Yeah, he can, but of course, we will not change the name until he's renewed his business name up to date. 2011, I can bet you he hasn't renewed his name. And in law, it should even have lapsed, but we've kept it on there. So once he renews it, and then he files the right forms, then from our back, we'll act as the back office.
Okay.
And then he'll get the change of name done for him.
All right then. The electronic queue management system is always behind time. It needs resetting.
Thank you.
I registered my enterprise in January, received a text of approval of name and certificates being ready. I went to pick it and was told the profile was not ready. How long does profiling take? If I've not started production yet after registration, am I obliged to file tax returns? So how long does profiling take?
It should have gone together with a certificate. Please let him come back, please. And these are some of the lapses that we have to fix. It shouldn't take you more than a day to get your profile. So please.
What about the tax
returns? Yes, that's something that most businesses, do, and it's a problem. You think that you have not done any business, so you don't need to even come and file your annual returns or file your tax returns. There is what we call a nil tax return. Your auditors will give you a document to show that you've not carried out any business. Please, let them go ahead and do that. But the important thing is to file the annual return to update us on any new information on the company. If you don't do that, then you get the penalties running against you. Now it's 400. From next year, it will go higher. So I'm just advising all businesses, whether you are doing business, whether you are not doing business, update us. It's very important.
Okay. It's 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we wrap up. And Nixon is calling us from Pramdo. Good morning, Nixon.
Good morning, sir. I want to make an inquiry. If a company is registered for a long time, and then you want to rebrand the name, can you continue with the old registration, or you have to apply for a new registration?
Okay, I see Mrs. Owari shaking her head.
You definitely have to change the name, because you need one name. You can't have a different brand against a different business registration.
Okay.
Once the name that you have is what should go out there.
So for him, he would need to come to the office.
You can do the office one or do it online as well, as I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Daniel. Kudos to the Registrar General and her team for strides being made. We need to support RGD more by also doing the right thing and following the processes so that the overall objective of making RGD a top-notch service center will be achieved. Mercy at Total. The text line is 0244-340-437. 0302-216-541 is the phone line. 0302-216-541. All the Goro boys are being stripped off. Thank you, RGD. It's high time Ghana became a non-bribe nation. DVLA, passport, RGD. No more Goro boys. Please, how can I register my business? eServices.com, right? www.eservices.com. Okay, that question has been answered. Thank you very much. Stephen from Tesano has a question. Good morning, Stephen.
Yes, good morning.
Great, let's hear you.
Yes, I would like to find out that if you have your business registered in 2015 and you are not been able to run the business till now, what should one do to keep the certificate?
Okay.
I'll say it again. You should still come and file your annual returns to update us on whether your directors are the same or the shareholders are the same, and get your auditors to file a nil return to show that you are not doing business.
Stephen, are you there? Okay.
Hello. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Great. So does that answer your question?
Not completely, because what we intend doing actually is that we wanted to find out if it's not like it's a sole proprietor or something like that. You're just running a sole proprietor business, this transport, and you are doing buy and sell more and all that. These are the things. It's not a big business like somebody owning a company such as insurance company, pharmaceutical company, all that.
Okay, you would still need to renew the business name to keep it on my register. It just costs 25 Ghana cedis to renew your business.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all for each year.
Okay.
Each year, just renew it with 25 Ghana cedis.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for calling, and thank you everyone for calling. Good morning. Please, I registered an SME business some years ago, but I've not started operating. Do I still need to pay annual tax? I think this was said earlier. Yeah. But just to go over it, Mrs. Owari.
Go over.
That the answer, if he needs to pay tax. He also wants to know if he wants to stop or close the already registered business. What does he do?
There are three types of closing down a company. You are either going by private liquidation, official liquidation, or winding it up. But for a business name, you just write to us that we should strike the name of the register and you pay whatever fees are outstanding, and we strike it off.
My last caller is Kobe from Tema. Good morning, Kobe. Please turn off the radio. So we can hear you. Great. Kobe is turning off his radio. But you can revamp your bathroom with world-class products from Chemo Home. Buy an ideal standard basin and tap from as low as 765 Ghana cedis. For more details, contact Chemo Home on 0244-030-411 or 0302-233-224 or visit their showrooms at South Industrial Area, opposite STC or Spintex, opposite Energy Bank. Kobe. Yes, please ask your question now.
Yes, good morning, Daddy.
Yes, how are you?
Not bad.
Awesome.
I think the earlier caller made mention of the fact that, in fact, the earlier caller actually asked my question for me, but I just wanted to ask something. If I registered a business in 2009, and in fact, the business has been defunct right from the day of registration, I understand that I will have to go for a business renewal. But in terms of getting auditors to audit my books, I mean, if the business has been defunct around from the day of registration, why would I need auditors to audit my books for me to pay what do you call it?
You don't want to pay the auditors.
Sorry?
You don't want to pay the auditors because you haven't done anything.
But the business is defunct from registration.
It's defunct from registration. Okay, we'll have Mrs. Owari address your question. Mrs. Owari.
The point is that you need auditors to confirm that indeed you have not done any business. So that's the whole idea. A company is a very expensive enterprise. If you are not ready for it, just register a business name. You don't need auditors. You don't need a secretary. You don't need any of all those other officers to keep it going. But if you really want to do a company, then it's serious business. And with this new companies bill, it's even worse. You need a secretary that is competent to be a secretary. It's not just anybody at all that can be your secretary. So my advice to him is, please, if he thinks it's too cumbersome to register, to continue with the company, he can, deregister it and register a business name.
Okay, a lot more questions are coming in. I would ask Nana Elsevonsu and Mrs. Owari that let's have a part 2 of this and have more time to deal with listeners' questions because we can't possibly address everything now. Okay,
I think we have another date with you.
Yes, we have another date with the registration. But let me give final words to Dr. Okachi. You've been a bit quiet in the discussion. Any final words on the issue?
Well, of course, I just want to add my voice to the things being said about what we need to do going forward, because some of them came up from our own research. And one is to upgrade the e-registrar system to make it fully, functional. We have talked about public sensitization of the new system. I think that's also critical.
Mm-hmm. And on public sensitization, we'll send you a proposal. Joy and its affiliates, we are willing to help. Okay. You just pay a small fee, like how people charge a small fee as well.
And then, of course, the commitment by the various government agencies, to integrate and work together, integrate the process. Of course, all that we are all looking for is finally to get a one-stop, shop for business registration, so that Ghana can improve its, ease of doing business in the World Bank ranking.
Thank you very much, Dr. John Kwashe, for joining us. The senior economist with the IEA, Nanose Ebonsu, he's the head of the Ghana Private Enterprises Federation, PEF, and Mrs. Jemima Ware is the Registrar General. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you so much.